you? I don't know, Pastor. I just know this hurts right now. I'm just hurting right now. Well, I told you not to do that stupid thing. But no, that would be unloving and unkind, and it would be misunderstood, because my point would not be, no, I told you so. My point would be, I told you because I loved you. And you wouldn't listen. Not because I told you, but I told you what the book said. And you went and did it anyway. And now you want me to fix it. All I can do is help you to repent and walk through the ramification and tell you something else from the Word, and maybe you'll remember it. God told Israel what not to do, and they did it anyway. But you have not obeyed me. Then the angel of the Lord came and sat under the oak that was in Ophrah and Orphra. You preached on it last night, evidently, Rocky. Is it Orphra? Orphra. I need to get a copy of that too, so I can see how I did compare to yours. We've got to compare notes. Which belonged to Joash the Abiezrite, as his son Gideon was beating out wheat in the winepress in order to save it from the Midianites. The angel of the Lord appeared to him and said, "The Lord is with you, O valiant warrior." Then Gideon said to him, "O my Lord, if the Lord is with us, why then has this happened to us? And where are all his miracles which our fathers told us about, saying, Did not the Lord bring us up from Egypt? But now the Lord has abandoned us and given us into the hand of the Midian." And the Lord looked at him and said, "Go in this your strength and deliver Israel from the hand of the Midians. Have I not sent you?" And he said to him, "O Lord, how shall I deliver Israel? Behold, my family is the least in Manasseh, and I am the youngest in my father's house." But the Lord said to him, "Surely I will be with you, and you shall defeat Midian." We're going to stop right there. And what goes on is this, is Gideon then realizes that this may be God I'm talking to. So he goes and he makes a sacrifice and presents it, and he puts it on a rock, and the angel of the Lord touches the sacrifice, and fire comes out of the rock. Fire doesn't fall down. It's a whole other sermon. I'm just putting it out there. Fire doesn't fall down. Fire comes from the rock. Because your God is a consuming fire. He is also a rock. So if you're going to stand on the rock, if you're going to present yourself as a living sacrifice, prepare. So he receives that, and then he gets instruction from the angel of the Lord to go and get 2 oxen and sacrifice them. So Gideon goes and gets 2 oxen, 2 7-year-old oxen. Now it's interesting. This is really important that you understand this. Because the angel of the Lord basically told Gideon to sacrifice his livelihood. It takes 7 years to grow an ox to its prime, to train them. Those 2 oxen he had were trusted work animals. They already understood left and right and stop and go. They could plow a field probably by themselves, and he couldn't plow the field without them. And God says, now what I want you to do is I want you to take not just one, but both of them and sacrifice them. And then go tear down the 2 false God images that are in your dad's front yard. Wowzer. And Gideon does. And from there, the Lord blesses him from 32,000 to 300 to victory. But why? That's the question. Why? Why was Israel in the mess they were in? Because they had disobeyed God. They had sinned. I'm telling you, the church is supposed to be victorious. The church is supposed to be expanding the kingdom. The church is the most powerful force on the face of the earth today. Why does it appear like we're losing? Because we've sinned. We've compromised with the world. We serve heathen gods just like Gideon's family served heathen gods. Oh yeah, we do. We serve the idol of self. We've served the idol of entertainment over service. We serve the idol of money over God. What's in it for me? You don't believe me how many people have volunteered over the last couple of years, or not volunteered, have come over the last couple of years and said, I play this or I play that, we want to be part of the worship band. We said, great, we'd love to have you. You know what their next question was? How much you going to pay me? Pay you? Thank God I'm getting paid. I couldn't eat if it wasn't for it. But hey, in case anybody wonders, nobody else in this house gets paid for anything. That's why you need to volunteer more to help them do what they do. Everybody wants to get paid. Why don't you come sing for us? How much you pay me? I'm serious. I'm telling you the truth. The God of humanism. We let the world come into our thinking. The God of false science. You see, I love science. I eat it up. I watch everything I can because the more I'm able to take what they say with what this says and go, they are so stupid. They don't even understand that they are confirming what this book said. But some of the things they're saying are so false that they've thrown in. You see, what science does, it doesn't create anything. It just discovers how he did it. And when they can't figure out how he did, then they try to make it up. That's why they say you and I come from monkeys. No, I'm telling you the truth. I don't want to get into all this, but there was a world before Genesis 1:1 and Genesis 1:2. I can't step into that. Well, that's for another study. It's all right there in the book. It's all here. It's amazing they teach all this stuff as though it were factual. You were scum in the ocean. And then you grew eyes and feet and you crawled out onto the sand. And then all sorts of stuff happened. And we got to be monkeys. And then all of a sudden we were man. No matter, there's a missing link in there somewhere. Their own hypothesis doesn't even stand up against what they say. If it's all progression, then we ought to be able to go through the whole progression. But we got a monkey, and then we got man. Monkey, man. Well, somewhere in between here, the monkey must have become a man. No! No! No, 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 no. No, 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 no. On the fifth day, God created monkeys. On the sixth day, God created man. That's why there's a gap in the gap of your gap. Because they wasn't nothing after the Lord took a break at the end of the fifth day. Where was I? I got on a monkey chase there. I'm sorry. Gideon. God, don't laugh at me, Jeffrey. You're enjoying this. He's up here. He likes this stuff right here. Watch this. The people cry out to God. Until we are willing to cry out to God for the mess that we're in, God won't come. But the people began to cry out to God. And God came. And then He told them what they didn't want to hear. Why are we in this mess? We just had to defeat us. And God said, you sinned. Wonder what would happen if we really got honest with people who it was obvious that what they were going through was a direct ramification of the sin they committed. Now, that's not judgmental. It's not judgmental. But you did this, and now you're experiencing this. And I told you not to do that, or you wouldn't be experiencing this. That's what God came and told them. He didn't tell them what they wanted to hear. He told them what they needed to hear. And then He comes to Gideon. And there's nothing special about Gideon. We read it. He came from a nobody family. He was a nobody's child in the nobody's family. He was just a farmer. And God comes to him. The angel of the Lord comes to him. While he is shaking in his boots, winnowing out wheat in a grape press, a wine press. Now there's another whole sermon there. You don't harvest the right thing in the wrong place. But I can't go there. Oh, it's really good. So he's doing the wrong kind of work in the wrong place, scared to death. And the angel of the Lord comes and says, "Hey, great warrior! You're now going to deliver the people of God." Now, don't you know, gotta be careful how I say this. I'll put it like this. Don't you know that Gideon just about passed out right there in the wine press? What? And the Lord said, "I've chosen you to deliver my people." And Gideon's response is like ours. Why's all this happened and where have all the miracles gone? In other words, I need to see something before I obey. And you know what God's response to him, what his answer was to his questions? He didn't answer him. Now, you can read it again. He didn't answer him. Why? Because our questions are not what's important. Our obedience is. I have never had God ask me to do anything that in my natural man I didn't question. Me? No. Well. And what the angel of the Lord had to do was to lead Gideon step by step in a faith to believe the angel of the Lord. And the first thing Gideon had to believe was that he was who God said he was, instead of who he thought he was. And you see, when you're outnumbered, when life's got too big, when the problems have become too much, you have got to know who He says you are and not who you think or who the enemy tells you you are. Because if you believe what you think about yourself or you believe what the enemy says about you, you're defeated before you even get started. So this